Mercedes. We also into all these new Chinese trucks, Howo, Stackman, so many of them, Mac also included.
Now, at what point did you realize that you wanted to start your own business instead of this conventional office work, 9 to 5 jobs? And so, at what point did you decide that you want to go into business?
Okay, well, business has been my passion right from the time I was young. In my area, from the side of east where I come from, business runs in our lineage, so to say. I have big brothers doing business when I was growing up. Also my father and my relatives. So when I was growing up, I always had that passion that I will also be a businessman one day. So I never regretted being a businessman or going into business as a full-time professional business for myself. It has always been my passion to be a businessman, and I am happy I did.
How has the journey been so far since you started?
It has
because
not.
we know so many people started this business and along the line they went off or they ventured into something else. So far, how has the journey been?
Yeah, that is why I said from the part of the east where I come from, business runs in our blood. I started this journey a very long time ago. It has not been that too smooth, but then by God's grace, I am where I am today, doing what I am doing today. I started as an apprentice when I finished my secondary school. I was doing apprenticeship with one of my uncles right there in Aba. I was doing that, and I was also doing a part-time studies in the University of Calabar. So it took me a lot of time for me to learn the business. I spent not less than 8 years in my uncle's hand, learning the trade and all those things, because in our time then we used to call it boy. When you want to do business or when you want to learn the trade, you have to go as boy, that is apprentice. Then you have to spend enough time so that you'll be able to know so much concerning the business, not just to know the name of the pass and then you come out thinking that you are good to go. No, you need to learn the nitty-gritties of the business so that at long run, if there's anything shaky, you'll be able to adjust yourself. That shows that you really learn the trade very well.
What are some of the challenges you encountered when you started your own business?
It has not been easy starting a business in my country here, Nigeria. Capital is the basic thing to start a business, and when you don't have capital to start a business, it's always challenging. Like we don't have a government that will support you, maybe to actualize your dreams. You have to have your dream by yourself. You have to make it come out by yourself. Nobody is going to be there so that your master, or so to say, gave you when you freed from his hand. Then you have to manage, start building the business, start building the name, start building everything concerning your future with that little money. That has not been easy. It has never been easy.
So you mentioned the government as one of the challenges you faced in starting up your own business. So how do you think the government can assist new people that want to go into business? How can the government come into play and help or assist them in owning their own businesses?
That's a very good question, because now if you look around you here in Nigeria now, we are having so many challenges from Chinese people. Even in our own country, doing business, you see Chinese people bringing containers in by themselves. You now go and buy from them, and you sell, and you go and return money if they give you on credit. Like them, their government supported them. If you are going into a particular business, it will be easy for you to get loan from banks. But here in Nigeria, no banks will give you loan if you don't have houses, if you don't have lands like in Lagos here, even if you tell them you have a house in your village, what, they will not listen to you. They will tell you that they will, except if you have land in Lagos here, that is when they will be able to grant you a loan for you to start business. If the government can intervene and make it easier for us to be getting loan from banks to start up business. Nobody will like if he gets loan and they will go away with the loan. Everybody would like to be putting the loan back. But then when they give you the percentage and you look at it, you will not be able to pay, and you don't have anything to put on the ground, maybe a house.
Like a collateral.
Yeah, like a collateral, yes. If you don't have anything to put, nobody will listen to you. They will instead, even if you save money in their bank, they will be using it to be given to other people. So when you look at the whole thing, there is so many ways government will help to make people that are coming into business to feel free to do the business. So I think that's a major way for them to help support people that are going into business, giving them grants, loans for them to be able to take off. It's it will go a long way in making people to believe in trading, which is very essential, because trading has been there. Our people has been trading way back 1940s, 1950s. Our people have been trading. They do that one maybe called trade by barter. But now that we can also take to other countries, to other states, we're supposed to have the means, like other governments are providing for their people. Our government should provide for us so that we'll be able to be confident in doing the business.
Okay. Now, what about private sectors? How can they also assist individuals in starting up their own businesses? Because we found out that the government, reaching the government to assist the citizens is a milestone. But I believe the companies or private sectors are around us. How can we meet these private companies? How can they come into the business to help the young generations in owning their own businesses?
Okay, I think that's also the same direction I was talking before. There is no other way they will help you if not by giving you loan or by maybe partnering with you to do business. But then the nature of things in this country makes it difficult even for those private sectors to even come to your aid as an individual. Like you open your phone, you see some companies, private sectors that are willing to give loan, like rent money. There are so many of them. You see so many things. Maybe there are some people that also take advantage of people that need loan, and they will try to dupe people by because there are some questions they will ask you. They will also ask for your bank verification number, and once you give out that bank verification number and you are not giving to a real company, before you know it, they will also take advantage of you. All these cyber crimes, they will siphon the little money maybe you have in your account. Then most of the private sectors that are there to give loans, if you go to them, they will be asking you so many questions. They will ask you, doing all sorts of business in Nigeria, they need real support. Like last time I heard that the government were going about trying to empower people that are into agriculture, but then you see that they were doing show out of it. They did that, I believe that they did that just to get votes from people, just for people to vote for them. That is not the way to go about giving people grant. If they want to give grants to people, loans to people, they should do that very well. They know people's, they know almost, they're getting to know everybody in this country through that BVN, people that have accounts, people that do business and all sorts of things. Going to people that are farming only, giving them money, taking pictures with them, videoing yourself, giving them money, that is not the way to go about it. If they want to support people, they know how to support people. So they can do better than that. In my opinion, that is the way I see it.
Okay. So in essence, what you're trying to tell us is the only way a business can succeed in Nigeria for a new person that wants to venture into business is through government funding, government coming into play to assist, and also the private sectors also doing their bit and also making it easy for the individual
to access loans.
Loan.
Yes.
And also the government, they should be sincere in whatever they are doing so that it will be easy for everyone to be able to access.
Of course, because business is a very good venture. A lot of people wants to go into it, but when you look at it, first of all, maybe your master settles you with 500,000 naira, or let's say 1 million naira. By the time you pay for the shop where you will do the business, by the time you do one or two other expenses in the shop to make it well, then you see that the money left with you will be peanuts. It will not be enough for you to even buy the market you're supposed to put in your shop. So it's very, very difficult. So the government should actually, as a matter of urgency, come to the aid of people doing business.
Okay. Now let's come back to you. How has owning your own business helped you and your family so far?
Wow, that is very, very wonderful to own a business. Nothing, even though nothing good comes easy, but then everybody that decide, anything that will make you to decide when you will wake up, go out of your house, when you will go to business and when not to go to business, I think there is nothing better than that. Because I know there are some people that are working for people, it has not been easy for them. Even when they are sick, they will still go to work. But like myself, owning my own business has given me enough power. It has given me a lot of exposure. It has made me to meet so many people. It has made me to support my family members, those that are in need. Not when they call you or when they call me for support, I will tell them to wait until the end of the month, that is when I will get paid. No, it has not been, it is not like that. Because in our culture here, we Africans, we deal with extended families. When your extended family member calls for support, you have to support. You will not be telling the person that you have not received your salary, that they have not paid you, that we are in the middle of another month, you have not received your salary. No. When you own your business, you are the boss. You decide, you dictate when your business should be open. You decide where and where to take your business to. You decide, you will know when to go to some places to canvas for your business. So owning my own business has been the the best thing to happen to me. Wow. It is not easy though, but then once God is by my side, it has been all the way going smoothly. So it's the best thing to happen to anybody to own a business. Every little child, every young man aspires to own their own business, because they know that once they own their own business, even if it is little money that they are coming in, they will be able to decide how to manage it.
Okay. Okay. Now, there's a news going around about ShopRite.
Okay.
Because we all know that ShopRite is being owned by South Africans.
Okay.
It's a South African country based here in Nigeria. Now, we learned that they're about shutting down most of their shops here in Nigeria due to some reasons best known to them.
Okay.
Now, how can a Nigerian, a black Nigerian, use this opportunity to like own such business or that kind of business in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. That is what I expected our government to look into.
Okay.
Not just an individual, because ShopRite, what they have built on ground here in Nigeria is so enormous. If only that we have sensible people in the government that are not just out to be getting loans, they don't know how to pay from other countries. They're supposed to capitalize on this opportunity. If actually that ShopRite wants to relocate back to South Africa where they come from, they have made the name, the structure is on the ground. All the government needs to do is just to take it up from there. just like I visited, there was a company I was patronizing in Ogun State. The first time I visited that place, I was so overwhelmed that Chinese people can come to Nigeria and they have so much enormous land given to them by Nigerian government, or they bought from the indigenous or the village.
Okay.
They built a very big mighty place and they bring some companies from their country to come and dwell inside of that place. Not only dwelling inside of that place, they are producing a lot of things. Those that normally we import from China, okay. Like I saw that Goodwill ties are now being produced there.
Wow.
I saw that some fridges that I see in the market are being produced there. Batteries for cars and trucks are being produced there. So many things are being produced there. But look at the irony of it. Most of the raw materials they are using to produce all those things, 90% of them, they are bringing it in from this our country, Nigeria.
Wow.
They get the raw materials from Nigeria here. They will use our Nigerian people to produce those things, and then I don't even know if there is any regulation on the people that are working for them. Because if we have a government on ground, government should have this at the back of their mind on how to take over from these Chinese people when they are tired or when they want to go out from this country. But you will see that just like Levantis and other countries that got liquidated in Nigeria, they will stay here. The Chinese people will stay. They will make our economy, and they will be taking it back to their country. And our government will just be okay with taking some percentage from them. The place is called Ogun Guangzhou or what? Free Trade Zone.
Okay.
It's located at Igbesa in Ogun State. So when you see you go there, yes, they give a lot of our people work opportunity. But then, after that, what next? Practically, 80% of the jobs that are being done in all those companies that are there are being done by our youths.
Africans.
And they use our youths anyhow they like. They will sack them at any given time. Not minding anything. Nobody to protect them. Had it been that we have our government on ground, those boys that are working on those things already, they now know how to do battle. They know how to do ties. Then all they need is those raw materials and the machineries to do it.
The government to empower
and
them.
the government to empower them.
They can start
So what is the government doing to take advantage of those children, learning those things, to be able to make our country to be producing those things? But they are not doing that. They are only okay in collecting taxes from Chinese, put a custom there. Custom will be checking whatever that they are selling out and be collecting money from them. Government will be taking them. At the end of the day, we are back to square one. Just like what is going on in ShopRite you asked. So in ShopRite issue now, what is government going to do about it? Are they going to take advantage of it at the end of the day? Or will they just wind it up and it will go just like that? Look at the way the DSTV is also doing. What advantage are they taking from them? Or will they continue to make us? Does it mean that the government doesn't have any intention of owning the broadcasting right by themselves, getting the money, and the more money will be coming into their coffer? What is our government doing about all these foreign countries that are coming in? At the end of the day, they decide to go. So what I am looking at it is this: government should wake up to their responsibilities and do what is right for them to do, and not just to be dependent on the money that they are being paid without the country developing. That is my own point.
Okay, now, let's say we have a government that supports the blacks,
Okay.
its citizens, and empowers them to own their own businesses. Now, how can black-owned businesses across the world, how can they connect with one another? How can they do businesses together in order to grow the black community?
Internet has made it very easy for us. I can stay here and talk with somebody in America, somebody in Russia, somebody in Bulgaria, somebody in Norway. I can, if I decide to know people that are in the same line of business that I am doing, I can always get across to them. So there are so many ways to encourage black people all over the world. Our ancestral home is Africa. Believe it or not. I remember the late musician, may his soul rest in peace, Bob Marley said, no matter where you see yourself, no matter where you come from, as far as you are a black man, you are an African. So even if you are a black man walking the street of America, walking the street of Finland, walking the street of Australia, you are an African. There are so much in Africa. There are so much that black people can do here, and they will make a living from it. All they need is just that little support from the government for them to get to where they are going. There are so many natural resources. For example, here in Nigeria, there are so many things. Initially, I never knew that the raw materials to do ties can be is in Nigeria here. Now, how do they do it? All these Chinese people, they come, they pay the villagers through the government. The villagers might not even know exactly what they are using that thing for. Government will be briefed about it. Government people at the government, they will take some money from them and maybe ask them to, okay, you are taking it from this village, you will do their road for them, you will tie the road for them so that the village will be happy with you as you are doing the business, and the government, the person at the government will be happy enough to take his own bribe, because I call it bribe, because it didn't get to the people that it's supposed to get to. Because if a mineral resource is being taken from my community, I expect that some percentage of that thing should come back to that my community. Do some certain things for the community with that percentage. Build things, make people that are in my community to be employed, make life okay for them. Just like the same thing we are having with oil in the Niger Delta. When you go to the Niger Delta, you see the mess that the government has helped foreign countries to commit in our country. So the same way, there are still so much in this country that black people all over the world, they can get together, work things out for themselves, and you will see that you don't need to be working for people. There are so many things you can be doing, and you will be okay with your life.
Okay. So, what is your advice for somebody that wants to go into business or wants to own his business for the first time? What advice would you give to that person?
Okay, a very candid advice, just like the type of advice I can give to my own brother or to my own sister, because it's not only men that do business, women also do business. If you want to do any business, first of all, you will be passionate about that thing, that business you want to do. No matter how little that business is, if you're passionate enough for that business, you don't even need to stress yourself too much. You will see that business going places. Like myself, when I was learning this trade, I was learning back then in 1980s. It wasn't easy for me then, but then it was when I came out that I know the reason why I needed to learn those things for that long of a time. Because there are some people that are learning business, what they want to do, they just want to go and learn. If you ask them, they'll tell you that they want to learn for 6 months and they'll come out, or learn for 1 year and they will come out and start doing business. If there is a shake up in that particular trade that you learn, or that line of business that you learn, if there's any shake up on it, bet you will not be able to adjust to yourself. But then, if you give enough time to learn that business, like myself, I'm not saying that you will give 8 years that I gave. No, I went into the learning business as a young little boy that finished school then. I was so young. I don't know if I was up to 17 then. I was so young when I entered into the learning apprentice something. So, but then you have to give it enough time so that you learn the ups and downs of business. So that if there's anything that comes up along the way, but because certainly there must be a storm along the way. In everything that we do in this earth, there is always ups and downs. When the down comes, you will be able to adjust yourself, then move forward again. But if you only learn for 6 months or 1 year, bet you it will be very, very difficult for you to readjust yourself when the time comes. So it's better and advisable for any young person that is going into business to learn it very, very well. Not only to learn it in that particular office where you are, you have to also be learning from all the things that is going around you, because you don't know the one that you will survive with tomorrow. You might be your boss might be selling only Mandizo pass. It's not a must that you will be learning only that Mandizo. No, you have to be knowing about both Mercedes, both DAF, both Iveco. If I tell you what I learned my business with, you will be surprised. I learned my business with Iveco T3, Fiat. And that vehicle now is no longer in Nigeria here as a tool. It doesn't come into Nigeria now as a tokumbo. The only one you will be seeing now is just the recycled ones. People that use tire and they will sell to another person. No, it doesn't come in anymore. But now, what are we having into now? What are we into now? We have so many other new ones. It is because I was able to learn the business very well as a young person. That is why I was able to switch to so many other things. But as far as it is truck, as far as it is motor, even car parts, I can also sell car parts, because I will use the knowledge I got from the big trucks to sell the small. But if it is somebody that didn't learn it for a long time, the person will not be able to. He will tell you that I didn't learn that one. No, that is the advantage and disadvantage of somebody that wants to learn on a longer time and somebody that wants to learn just maybe for a few months. So it will be okay for somebody that wants to go into it to learn it very, very well, so that when the storm comes, you will be able to weather the storm.
So in essence, you're telling us flexibility and diversification is what sustains a businessman, especially a black-owned
businessman. Of course, that is the only thing that will sustain. You have to be flexible enough. You have to know all the tricks in the business. You have to know when the market is available, when some spare parts are available, and when it's out of stock, so that you will be able to take advantage and make more money out of it.
Lastly, can you show us some of the things you are into, some of the items you sell,
okay,
some of the parts you deal with?
Okay, like here is we call this propeller spicer. Some call it propeller joint. Is this one now is for Mac R model. So these are some of the components. So this is the propeller spicer. Yeah. Then this is this is a tube for tires, big tubes, small tubes. This shock absorber. See? So, and some other things. So there are so many things, but because of time, I don't know. We deal on battery as well. Battery is over there, and we have other shops, other places. So.
Okay, Mr. Greg, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I truly appreciate it.
You're welcome, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me on your platform today.